Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome the 2010 Disney Ambassador Team, Danielle Dubois and Quinn Shurian.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. It's wonderful to see you all here supporting your friends and family and your fellow cast members. Thanks for coming out.
In just a few minutes, we're going to introduce you to the 2011 Disneyland Resort Ambassador Team finalists. In fact, they're our successors.
It's true. We've had a wonderful time representing the resort for the past 2 years. It's really been amazing.
Don't cry. As many of you know, the Ambassador program began right here at Disneyland in 1965 when Walt Disney realized the need for assistance in celebrating the 10th anniversary.
Now, it was supposed to be just a one-year job, but once Walt realized the value of the ambassador to both the cast members and the guests, he decided that the ambassador program would continue on.
We've seen many changes over the years, but one constant has always been the Disneyland Ambassador. Over the years, we've participated in more than 8,000 special events, including volunteer activities, parades, and other community events, and have visited thousands of children in hospitals around the world.
So now we want to invite you all on a trip back in time as we revisit some of those wonderful events and meet ambassadors from the last 4.5 decades. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me as we celebrate some of our former fellow ambassadors.
We'll start with the most recent decade, the year 2000 to the present. In 2001, Disneyland Park expanded to become the Disneyland Resort with the addition of Disney California Adventure Park, Downtown Disney, and Disney's Grand Californian Hotel. Joining Danielle and me in proudly representing the resort during this decade were, from 2008, David Gill and Liz Hetzel. From 2007, Adonis Reeves and Garnett Schoonover. From 2005 and 2006, Andre Rivas and Becky Phelps. From 2004, Becky Murphy. From 2002, Matt Ebling. And from 2000-2001, Doina Roman Osborne and Eddie Garcia.
Now let's shift our focus to the 1990s. New attractions that made their debut during that decade include the Indiana Jones Adventure and Mickey's Toontown. It was also during this decade that Fantasmic premiered and the Fast Pass was introduced. Proudly representing the resort during this decade were, from 1999-2000, Darrell Mitter and Jennifer Simas. From 1998, Dorothy Stratton Wilson and Oscar Carrasco. From 1997, Robin Schatz-Sarvis. From 1996, Chris Allen, Heather Thompson-Putnam, Gina Armendariz, and Janet Tanasagaran. From 1993, Kathleen Mitz-Michelizzi. And from 1992, Suzanne Palmater Campbell.
During the 1980s, we said goodbye to ticket books and hello to passports. We also said hello to New Fantasyland, Captain EO, Star Tours, and Splash Mountain. Proudly representing the resort during this decade were, from 1989, Wendy Freeland Showman. From 1987, Kendra Howell. From 1985, Melissa Tyler Wackerman. From 1983, Mindy Wilson Fisher. From 1982, Joanne Crawford Dunier. From 1981, Willie Vanderswag Burkle. And from 1980, Nancy Englert Murray.
Now, during the 1970s, we welcomed our 150 millionth visitor to Disneyland. We also introduced Big Thunder Mountain and Space Mountain, and the very first baby was born here in Disneyland. Mickey Mouse also celebrated his 50th. Proudly representing the resort during this decade were, from 1979, Leona Dombrowski Graham. From 1978, Ray Ellen Lesko Weiler. From 1977, Susan Donald Edwards. From 1974, Carol DeKeyser Masters. From 1972, Emily Zinzer Benedict. And from 1971, Marva Dixon Thomas.
During the 1960s, audio animatronics changed the look and feel of Disneyland, with attractions that included the Enchanted Tiki Room, Pirates of the Caribbean, Carousel of Progress, the Haunted Mansion, and of course, It's a Small World. Proudly representing the resort during this decade were, from 1969, Sherry Bestos Cook. And finally, from 1966, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Connie Swanson Lane. Thank you, Connie, and thank you to all of our colleagues for their wonderful, dedicated service.
Now, over the last 45 years, the Ambassador Program has been guided and nurtured under the inspired leadership of several outstanding individuals, 3 of whom are here with us today: Cicely Rigdon, Jennifer Gray, and the current leader of our Ambassador Program, Diane Killeen. We all thank you very much for your mentorship and guidance. Now today we join together to celebrate not only the past, but the future of the Disney Ambassador Program.
You had a dream you lived for, you wished upon a star. You struggled to achieve it and get to where you are. You never let things stop you, got up each time you fall.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the president of the Disneyland Resort, George Kalogridis.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. And thanks to our characters and performance, and a special thanks to all of you for joining us and helping us celebrate an important part of our Disney heritage and culture. Imagine if Walt Disney said to you, "I need you to represent Disneyland as I would." Well, that's exactly what happened when Walt first launched this program 45 years ago. Over the years, this role has carried with it an enormous responsibility, and we are very fortunate to have had these extraordinary cast members who, and others like them who are not able to join us today, who were able to fill this role. It's an amazing opportunity, and I offer my sincere congratulations to our finalists and their great success throughout this process. Before we introduce our finalists, I would like to take just a moment to thank Quinn and Danielle for their outstanding job as our current ambassador team. You both were a tremendous part of the Disneyland Resort experience during the past 2 years, opening new attractions, hosting special events, and reaching out to our community through a variety of programs. On behalf of the entire cast of the Disneyland Resort, thank you. And now, I'd like each of you to share a memory of your past 2 years.
Thank you, George. I actually have a very fond memory for the Give a Day, Get a Disney Day program that Quinn and I were able to participate in, and going out onto the road and experiencing the program firsthand in communities where we met guests of families from all walks of life that really enjoyed participating in their community. And for me, it was wonderful to be helping to rehabilitate schools and rework parks and do those things, but also it reminded me how wonderful it is to work for such a big company that, I'm sorry, that cares to spark something in the community like that, and it was really wonderful. Thank you.
Gosh. For me, people ask me all the time, what's my favorite part of the job? And the true story is working with Danielle and having the opportunity to represent these amazing cast members every single day, and wearing the costumes that they wear and seeing what they do and experiencing the magic that they bring to life for our guests from around the world.
So I guess you can see this is why we selected 2 great ambassadors for the last 2 years. That's great.
Thank you, George.
Thank you both. And now I think it's time to meet our finalists for this year's campaign. First, from Guest Talent Programs and Characters, Jolie Hales. From Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa and Guest Services, Ali Kawamoto. From West Side Attractions, Allison Montanil. From Partners Federal Credit Union, Rene Torrico. And finally, from Entertainment, Kristen Williams. Congratulations, everyone. Well, we're getting close to that moment that everyone's been waiting for. However, before we announce the 2011 Disneyland Resort Ambassador Team, let's take a few minutes to get to know our finalists.
So if we could take a moment and let each of you just share a memory that you have of the Disneyland Resort.
Sure. You don't want to go first, Chip? Okay, I'll go first. Well, when I was a kid, I used to vacation here a lot with my family, and it seems like a really simple memory, but when I was really little, my siblings and I came out here, and we went to see Pluto, and Pluto licked my sister, and we started laughing, and I don't think we stopped laughing for about 20 minutes, just because he licked my sister. And that one little moment, and he probably licks everybody. I mean, he's a dog. He does that. But that one little moment was so funny and magical to us because it's Pluto, and he licked my sister, and we still talk about it to this day around the dinner table. So that's one of my favorite memories.
Hello. One of my favorite memories definitely has to be when I was not an official cast member yet. I actually had the chance to become an honorary cast member during Disney's Year of a Million Dreams, Disney Dream Job. And for a day, I got to come and perform in Disney's High School Musical pep rally. I had so much fun as an honorary cast member. The next week, I applied so I'd be a real cast member, and here I am today.
Well, good morning, everyone. My favorite Disney memory actually happened within the first 6 months of taking my job here. And I was out front of the Haunted Mansion as a maid, and I was waiting for the first guest of the day to come up, and they had just started to replace some of the sod, the grass out front of the Haunted Mansion. And there was one spot that was still empty, and a child came up and noticed that and said, "Oh, what's," pointed out to his dad, what's going on with this? And I said, you know, it's themed. It's Haunted Mansion. There's a little bit of dead grass. And I started laughing, and they went inside. By the time they came back out and decided to ride the attraction again, the lovely horticulture team had been so quick to replace that grass that I've never seen a child's eyes so wide with wonderment in my entire life. And I hope that that child still thinks that we have magic grass, because that's what I told him it was. So we'll see how it goes.
My memory spanned when I was 7 years old, and my dad surprised me by telling me we were going to Disneyland. It was something that I was so excited about, and year after year we would go as a tradition between father and son. And now that I work for the company, it's one of those things where I could take them, and our memories have actually, expanded, and it's something amazing that I love to share with him and the rest of my family.
Hi, everyone. One of my favorite moments was about 8 years ago when the Disneyland Resort believed in the talents of this amazing, handy-capable girl and gave her a starring role in Disney's Aladdin, a musical spectacular. Her name is Jennifer Kumiyama, and she is Miss Wheelchair California 2010. She is my friend, she's my hero, and 4 shows a day, 5 days a week, she inspires others with disabilities, as well as guests and cast members alike. And because of her, and because of the Disneyland Resort, I know that anything is possible if you just believe.
Thank you very much. Well done, all of you. Having been a part of the final interviews, I can say that these are all remarkable cast members, and they've all done an outstanding job in getting to this stage. All of you should be very proud of yourselves. So, Quinn, may I have the first envelope, please? Ladies and gentlemen, the first member of the 2011 Disneyland Resort Ambassador team is... It's sealed, don't worry. Rene Torrico. The second member, okay. Jolie Hales. So, ladies and gentlemen, I feel quite confident that Jolie and Rene will represent the 20,000 cast members here at the Disneyland Resort very well. And so now, if you would like to join us on Main Street USA as our new ambassadors participate in their first cavalcade. Thank you all for joining us this morning.